Hi everybody, it's me here. I just wanted to mention, before you listen to this incredible episode of the Lettherebegames podcast, Crunch, find out more about that when you listen to the thing, but I just wanted to say that in this episode we were going to be talking about the situation between Tati Westbrook and James Charles, and we mentioned it near the start, but I decided to cut it out just because the situation has further developed since this episode was recorded. So I kind of feel like it's kind of not correct what we were saying in this episode, so I decided to cut that out. Also, although we do say in this episode that it's going to be the last one uploaded to YouTube, I'm going to be linking a poll down below in the description if you're watching on YouTube, just to ask you guys if you do want to still have it uploaded on YouTube. Because if so, then it'll carry on being uploaded to YouTube. But if you guys say no, well then it'll stay on podcast services. Thank you. Enjoy the episode. Sup, everybody? What am I doing?
Failing.
What is life? Tom, what is life?
Nothingness.
Welcome to episode... technically it's episode 20 of our podcast, but it's a little bit different this week because
it's a pilot
this is the pilot episode of Crunch. So welcome to episode 20 of Crunch. You just have to pretend that it's been named Crunch for a long time, even though it hasn't.
So, can you explain what?
Can I explain? Crunch is a better name,
Or the better logo?
And a better logo. That logo. Yeah. So we're gonna be talking about films, TV, music,
cars,
and anything. Yeah, cars, Tom.
Clothes.
Yeah, everyone. This is going to turn into Tom's podcast. Tom, make your own podcast.
So, no, but it's a podcast of everything under the sun.
It's a podcast of everything, but it's mostly games. Like, games is still our number one priority topic. Top 10 saddest anime deaths. I'm crying. Number 15, the last thing you want in your burger is somebody's foot fungus. Yeah, so that's Crunch. Welcome to Crunch.
Sisters.
Yeah, we'll get into that later. Welcome to Crunch. Different from all the other Crunch. And we're going to talk about James Charles so I can put him in the title.
And make lots of money.
This episode will go on YouTube, but this will be the last episode to go up on YouTube.
So what we're going to do, though...
Because I've had some complaints that people don't really like having the podcast on YouTube. Also, I get less views on it on YouTube for most of the episodes. So this podcast is now starting next episode, which is episode 21.
But there'll still be gaming videos on YouTube and...
I'm not shutting down my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is going to remain as Lettherebegames. It's only the podcast that's changing names. So yeah, welcome to Crunch, brought to you by Lettherebegames. And today's episode is sponsored by Lettherebegames on Instagram. Go follow.
Right.
Hashtag sponsored but not sponsored, but sponsored by me.
So this is so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a poll on Instagram, and
yes.
If you like the episode, this is what we'll carry on doing. If it's not very popular,
then I don't care.
We'll just reverse, right?
We can reverse to being just a gaming podcast, but the name Crunch is staying, guys.
Yeah, the name Crunch sticks, but
if you don't want us to talk about films and TV and stuff like that, or if you want us to make that a separate podcast,
let us know in the comments
then
below.
Yeah, like I said, follow me on Instagram, look out for a poll coming soon. I'll probably post a poll on Twitter. No one follows me on Twitter.
Just Insta.
Just Insta.
Keep
I'll
it
do on
Insta.
Keep it Insta, man.
No, just no.
Just no. I don't know when this will come out, but it's probably going to be either the day after or 2 days after we record it. So there should be a new YouTube video out by the time you listen to this, which will be a little compilation of best moments from my streams. So yeah, go check that out on the YouTube channel that you're possibly still watching this on. This will be the last episode on the YouTube channel, guys, so hurry up.
You
okay?
sound so hyped about that. Anyway, so
I've realized that I actually don't like uploading this on YouTube, because basically half of my content, in fact no, most of my content is just 40-minute long single images with talking in them. So I'm keeping it to podcast platforms. But just so all my YouTube viewers know about the change to Crunch, this will go on YouTube. Also, because we're talking about James Charles, it's gonna bang. I'm joking.
Anyway, so
but things only really bang on YouTube. It's not like, oh my god, look, this podcast has got so many views on Apple Podcasts.
Anyway, so first of all, it's no longer What Are You Playing, because it's an everything podcast. This is now What Are You Doing?
I don't mind still calling it What Are You Playing, to be honest.
But it is no longer specifically games. It's what are you watching, what are you playing, what are you wearing, what are
Yeah, but you
blah,
can
blah, blah, what are you listening
press
to?
play on a TV show. So,
What are you listening to?
what are you listening to, fam? No, I think we'll keep it as What Are You Playing?
For the
But-
catchiness of it.
Yeah, what are you playing? Also, we've done it
Banging
since,
tune.
what, episode 5?
Yeah-ish.
Yeah, episode 5, so...
But I wasn't in it in the first episode.
Yeah, so I don't want to change that, really. But what we will do, which is going to be great, is we can do like a we'll do What Are You Playing?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll add in like possibly something else involving films, TV, music. Or we just do that as part of What Are You Playing? I mean, technically, a film or TV show or music plays
Technically,
on
yeah.
the device it's on.
So-
what are you
Who's
playing?
going to start this off?
So, what's our intro for What Are You Playing? It's been so long. It's been over a week, since our last episode.
Mm-hmm.
We skipped a week. I'm really sorry. It's Tom's fault. So, lol.
Actually, so we skipped... The funny thing is we skipped 2 weeks, didn't we?
Oh yeah, no, it's a week since last episode was on YouTube, but it's been almost 2 weeks since the actual. It's been 2 weeks since the actual
First week I had like
last episode was released on podcast.
First week I had a workshop of some sort. Second week Matty just didn't feel like it. So
Yes, I've been doing a lot of stuff actually, admittedly, mostly gaming PC related. Like I've been trying to get together like parts and stuff. I've got a motherboard.
So yeah, let's get into What Are You Playing?
Let's get into What Are You Playing? Tom, you're the guest. You get to start because I'm nice like that.
co-host.
Oh, shush your mouth. This
Anyway,
is not episode 6.
I'm the co-host. So anyway, what I'm playing 2 games at the moment. One of which is the Grand Tour game. You may have mentioned me play it earlier, but I wasn't doing much. So what I thought was it was just going to be a 7.5 out of 10 game because once you finish the campaign, there wasn't a lot to do. Admittedly, there's a lot in the campaign, so it's quite fun. But there's a Grand Prix / face-off where you can do split screen with other people who come around your house.
So that's the only part of the game I played.
Yeah, you can do a split screen with other people coming around your house. You can do it online. It's really fun. So you get to use all the cars that were in the Grand Tour seasons. I got the pre-order pack, so you get to use all the special edition limited cars that they built in challenges. I mean, I got the pre-order pack, so I've got extra cars. So it's really fun. You get to
Was that your first pre-order, or have you pre-ordered anything
first
else?
pre-order.
Yeah, I've never pre-ordered the game yet.
So and then
I almost pre-ordered Spider-Man, and then I didn't, and now I still don't have it.
Anyway, so as I was saying, so it's really fun, and you get to go on all these circuits. It's really entertaining. it's kind of my go-to game now. When I have friends around my house, because it's more fun than Forza Horizon 7. Forza Horizon 6. I mean, to its credit, it's a good game, Forza Horizon 6. But a Grand Tour game, you get all the fun cars, and also you get a thing called gadgets, where you sort of drive into these balloon things, and they give you basically power plays against other players. So there's one called Whippy Slippy, where you get vanilla ice cream, and it goes on the track and it makes your car slip.
Bringing back the knowledge is power review.
No.
Oh.
So you get Whiffy Slippy, where you get vanilla ice cream and it's laying across the road and you slip around. You get Sky Forks, which is firework display, which makes the other blinds the person who's on your tail. There are an array of others. There's Holiday Road, where there are pickup trucks obstructing the way. There's one where there's a truck that goes behind you. There's Candy Fog. The truck obstructs the way as well. Candy Fog will blind the other player's vision. Then there's texting, where it slows your car down because you need to respond to the text. And there's calling, which is which slows your car down and you have to decline the call by pressing certain buttons, and it changes, which is annoying. And then the other one that it was loud music, where it just distorts the screen, and it's really annoying when they play really loud, annoying music. So it's a good game. It's kind of a mix-up between Forza and Mario Kart, to be that said. And I
like a realistic Mario Kart.
Yeah, and it's a really good game. So with my old review done, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10, 8 to 8.5. Really good game. What would you give it out of 10?
Okay, so I'm gonna give both an opinionated review and a kind of more.
Yeah, I haven't gone on to the second game yet, but so just do the first. And then I'll do my second game. Yeah.
So for an unbiased review, gonna give it like a 6.5 because I'm not into racing games.
From a biased.
Yes, from a biased review, I'd give it 6.5.
But it is fun.
So, we're really sorry. We just realised we were recording on the wrong microphone for a whole 10 minutes. But now, back into the episode. So, as I was saying, my biased review of the Grand Tour game would be that it's a 6.5 out of 10 for me. Because I'm not very big into racing games, but I did have some fun playing split screen couch co-op with Tom. As a non-biased review, 7.5.
Yeah, I
think in terms of racing games.
Yeah, as a non-biased. So
because the graphics weren't amazing.
They were reasonable. Yeah, I agree. But Forza has better graphics.
I kind of got a bit bored at some sections. Obviously, I haven't played the campaign, but. Yeah, it's alright though. So, yes, 7.5 if I was talking from a neutral perspective, but 6.5 if I was talking from my perspective because I don't really like racing games.
So, on to the second game, Titanfall number 2.
I love how we talk about this game that came out 3 years ago.
Yeah, but whatever.
Yeah, but sick innit?
The multiplayer, oh my god, I'm addicted to the stuff.
So you've been playing it? Because I actually got Tom into it because he downloaded it, played the first campaign mission and didn't really like it.
I thought it was. I thought it was too try hard.
Came around to his house. Started playing the multiplayer. It's like, oh my god, this game's so amazing.
So campaign wise, 6 is try hard, but multiplayer wise, that is an 8.5. Possibly
campaign's try hard.
A bit. Get in the f***ing car! Kind of thing.
So, you call that try hard?
It is a bit, yeah.
Okay, well, if that's what you think.
What?
No, I haven't played the campaign.
So, yeah.
All I've heard was that it was better than Titanfall 1's campaign. It was like some weird multiplayer campaign or something stupid like that.
So, yeah, I think the campaigns... Actually, I think 6.5 is harsh.
6.5. That's a good game.
No, 6.5. Yeah, I think 6.5 for the campaign and.
Oh, for the campaign. I thought you were talking about the game overall.
And I think maybe 8.5, maybe a 9 for the multiplayer. The multiplayer He's legendary. I've come first on my team before, and I've been playing it for like a week.
Now that is what I like to call 10 out of 10. Very high quality, very good.
I rarely come last in my team. I usually come mid, which is real progress. So I really enjoy it. And
Tom's just been accidentally speaking that entire sentence to Siri on his phone.
So yeah,
I don't think Siri would have quite understood.
So I think definitely I would give it the overall game maybe a 7.5, maybe 8.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
From my multiplayer experience, which is the only bit I played, 8.5, 8.9 at a stretch probably, because like good multiplayer, seriously.
The multiplayers
really made me want to go play Apex Legends, which I haven't, but I'm gonna probably play some Apex Legends, because if it plays anything like that game, I want to try that.
Yeah.
Also, I'm waiting for Titanfall 3. I'm not gonna buy Titanfall 2, I don't think.
So now we're done with that.
Because Titanfall 3 has been confirmed.
Are you gonna buy it free?
Yeah.
So anyway, so now we're done with what are we playing for me. What are you playing, Matty?
Okay, I've been playing quite a bit of Black Ops 4 actually. Got back into that game. It's a good game. By the way, like we mentioned at the start, we are going to be talking about films and TV on this What Are You Playing section if we want.
Gaming bit, yeah.
So I watched this. I'm gonna do a film. So I did actually watch this about 2 weeks ago, but I thought I'd briefly talk about Endgame, even though everybody's already talked about Endgame. Tom hasn't seen it, so this is gonna be spoiler free.
You're gonna do spoilers in the next episode.
Next week we'll do one with Freddy, which won't be spoiler free. So if you haven't seen Endgame,
don't watch it.
Skip next week's episode, or only listen to the bit. Like when we get into Endgame spoilers, we'll be like, big spoiler warning. So yeah. Anyway, Endgame, amazing film. Genuinely, probably a 9.5.
Is it worth all the hype? Because literally,
it's worth all the hype. It is. Like, it's a very good film. I didn't see Infinity War. Genuinely, I never got around to it. I'm going to watch it.
It's not my scene, really. It's not my scene.
Yeah, I never got around to seeing Infinity War.
The superheroes just aren't my thing.
But I just watched like a 5-minute summary video on YouTube, and I was caught up with everything, and I just watched the film. I didn't even need to watch a summary video, really. Like, yeah, it was fine. It's basically like, yeah, Thanos comes, kills a bunch of people. Thick. Lol. Thanos comes, big purple guy, yeah, he just like...
He's hella thick.
He snaps and everyone dies. It's like, that's all you really need to know. Also, I could do Infinity War spoilers, because if you haven't seen Infinity War at this point, then you're me. But, yeah, it's really good. Like, yes, it's a 3-hour film. So you gotta have some dedication.
Need a pee in the middle of that.
Only you, Tom. Only you are gonna need a pee in the middle of a film.
3 hours without peeing.
I watched Star Wars, the Last Jedi on Christmas Eve.
In bed while I'm sleeping.
Oh, I was worried there for a second. I was like, wait, what? Which is a 2.5 hour long film, and I genuinely, for the last hour and a half, was so desperate for a pee.
Exactly, and that is my point.
But I was fine during Endgame. I think I had a pee before I watched it. I watched it with Freddie, so we're gonna, like I said, do a spoiler cast next week. Even though we're like super late. But I think it's a really good ending to kind of the first phase of the MCU. Like, it's very, I mean, it's like an emotional roller coaster in a way. Like, you'll feel, it's like there's comedy in there, but there's some very sad parts, there's some funny parts, but there's some like dramatic action parts, and there's a lot of characters in it. It needs to be 3 hours. Like, to fit everything that's in it, it needs to be 3 hours. Like, I understand the 3 hour time frame. It doesn't feel that long when you're watching it. If if it's a good film, 3 hours shouldn't feel like 3 hours. That's my policy. So yeah, it was really good. Yeah, there's not much I can say without spoiling it. So we'll save that for next week. But yeah, 9.5, 9 out of 10. I'm inclined to go higher. No. I mean, have I seen better films? Shut up, phone. I've probably seen better better films. I just can't think of them right now. Anyway, yes, that's my endgame chat done. Shall we get into a main topic now?
Yeah. So we have quite a few main topics. So it's going to be longer episodes, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll start with a slightly shorter one, which is we thought we'd just tell you guys the PS Plus games for this month, and I might find the Xbox Live Gold games for this month. Tom, why don't you tell them what you think of Overcooked and What Remains of Edith Finch? Bear in mind, both of us have only seen the trailers.
So, I think Overcooked is, it's not a game I'd really play for that long. It's one of those games where I probably have the younger family member around.
That's kind of the point.
Yeah, where I guess I'm just having maybe a half-hour laugh. It's not a game I'll play in great depth, but that's not the point of it. It's a fun, light, jumpy game. So yeah, it looks reasonable, but yeah, it's not a serious gamer's game. But
you guys get rubbish games. It's some random game no one's ever heard of, Barunas, and A Defense Force Insect Armageddon, which is an Xbox 360 game. Yeah, I'll have to edit that out because it's probably copyrighted. The trailer started playing, by the way. Anyway.
Now,
so that's a very brief subject. Oh yeah, well, Overcooked. That's what it's meant to be. Couch co-op for when you got some friends around.
Younger.
For a bit of quick fun.
Yeah, it's jumpy. Reminds me of Weezer's Green Album. Well, actually, no, Weezer's Green Album is good. Seriously good. Yeah.
So also. What was I even saying? Oh yeah, so there's also What Remains of Edith Finch. Now, when it comes to that game...
Oh, that's one spicy meatball.
So that's like a collection. The idea is it's about the Finch family.
Horror game.
It's not really a horror game.
It's about a family curse.
Yeah, it's not a horror game, Tom. Yeah. It's about a family called the Finch family, and there's like basically a bunch of stories of how like a bunch of people in the family have like been, it seems like the family has like a curse on them, so it's like how a bunch of people in the family died. Now Tom wants to say it's a horror game, but actually from what I've seen, the way they tell these stories is very colourful, light-hearted. It looks really good. I'm probably gonna play it. I've downloaded it, so haven't started playing it yet, but yeah, I quite like it, so might get into that game. I mean, no, it's not the kind of game you get into, but I might play it because it sounds like it could be quite a nice story game. So, yeah. But there's some I mean, I'm kind of disappointed. Like, there's been some good PS Plus games in the past. So, I mean, while, yes, What Remains of Edith Finch does seem to be pretty good. Overcooked, considering Overcooked 2 just came out. It came out like last year. It's a bit disappointing to me.
Yeah, especially as legendary games like Black Ops 3 have been on.
And Modern Warfare Remastered and Destiny 2. Some of my favourite games I got from PS Plus. Like Destiny 2, and I got almost to first prestige on Black Ops 3. In fact, like 2 levels away.
Why don't you revisit Black Ops 3 just to do that?
I actually did do one, and I got to level 54. So I might do a part 2 of that, so I can actually get to first prestige, because level 55 is prestige 1.
Go on then. I think you should do it.
Yeah.
So
well, I was thinking, should I prestige? Because sometimes I like to load up Black Ops 3 and like 1v1 my sister on it. But then actually for 1v1s you don't need all the guns unlocked because you just get them all. So yeah, I'll probably prestige. I'll probably go back to it and prestige it. I find playing that game is very hard now though, because now the only people, since Black Ops 4 came out, now the only people still playing it are like prestige 10 level 1000s. And like really good people and probably some hackers.
Do they love the game?
Yeah.
Anyway, so is that the end of the PS Plus thing? Or?
Yeah, we're done with that.
So now the less gaming segment of the podcast. So speaking of sick people and pedo, so there are these sliders, yeah, that spell out dope. So it says DO and PE on each slider, and it's supposed to spell out dope. But what if your legs are crossed?
What if they're split apart? Because then it just says do PE.
Yeah, but it would still like be. But like, if your legs are crossed, right? Why would you buy that?
A pedo man.
So on to
Hey
the
guys, I'm dope, but I'm also a pedo.
Why would you buy
Do
that?
PE. All the PE teachers be like, always with their legs spread while wearing those, because it's like, do PE, guys.
Anyway, so now we're going to get on to the second topic.
Yeah, enough James Charles. You've probably heard about 3 million times about this whole James Charles thing. And yeah, we've given our opinions on it. Possibly quite fairly unpopular opinions. But then again,
It's our opinion.
in my opinion, the correct opinion. But then again, you never know.
Anyway, so next topic is a rank thing. Where Where we basically...
Oh, a rank. I thought you said rant. I'm like, no,
rank.
not again.
A ranked thing where we rank all the 21 Pilots albums. Should we do it
This is Tom's idea, by the way. I'm the big 21 Pilots fan, but Tom was like,
we'll do it with more bands. We'll do it with Fall Out Boy. We'll do it with...
You'll have to do...
We'll do it with maybe...
Oh, wait, is that this week or are we doing that another episode?
No, we'll do it... No, other episodes.
So I
Fall Out Boy,
played Tom
Panic.
some songs from
Every
both 21 Pilots' self-titled album, then
And
Vessel, then Blurryface, and he's already heard quite a few songs from Trench.
And
So would you like to
should we
rank
put it in tiers or should we just do it? Should we like put it in like don't come anywhere near me tier, mid tier, top
No,
tier?
just do... There's only 4 albums. It's
What
not
I mean
worth
is, should we like rank them at all? Like you know, those trendy videos with the ranked. Should we do that or nah?
Nah, just go from like top to bottom and say what you like and dislike about them.
So best album has to be Blurryface for me. So I just think it's the album that made them super famous. It's the reason they're super famous, and it's a good reason because Stressed Out, I didn't like the song at the time, but it's catchy and it will stay in your head for
It's
a
what
million
got me into
years.
21 Pilots.
It will stay in your head for a million years, trust. And Heavy Dirty Soul is is probably my favourite 21 Pilot song. And
Yeah, it's a good song.
legendary. Ride's pretty good. That's one of my least favourite singles, but it's still a pretty good album. It's a pretty good song.
Yeah, I would agree. That was my least favourite. One of my least favourite singles from that album.
But it's still good.
Sorry, my least favourite single from that album. Not to say I didn't like that song, but out of all the singles, didn't really like it.
Heavy Dirty Soul is a legendary song, as I said. I know this wasn't on Blurryface, but it was technically from the Blurryface era. Heathens, technically.
Yeah, it came out a year later.
But it was when they were still touring and stuff for it. So I guess if you count Heathens, that's brilliant. So I think number 1 will need to be Blurryface. Number 2 will be Trench. I like the concept. It's an interesting concept. Concept albums more often than not, are dismal failures. But 21 Pilots, you know what? They pulled it off.
They've announced that their next album will be a continuation of the story from Trench, but also like an ending to it as well. With a new character.
I mean, I'm hoping it goes as well because usually concept albums are a bit boring. MW. And you just think...
was it Pink Floyd who did Brick in the Wall? That was a good concept album.
Yeah. But often they're a bit... So, Kiss is a prime example. There's a song called Music... There's an album by them called Music from the Elders. And it was just try hard and just didn't go anywhere. There were a couple of brilliant songs, but generally...
You used to be a big Kiss fan.
I still am. They were my
It's your first concert.
Yeah. So, generally...
21 Pilots was actually my first concert.
Generally, the album sunk into the mire, but it was still The Oath is one of Kiss's best tracks. But back onto 21 Pilots.
Blurryface was like a semi-concept album. The whole idea of Blurryface is he's like a character who embodies people's like insecurities and inner demons.
Isn't that basically him coming out of his suicidal time?
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, so as far as Trench goes, Morph, the chorus is a really...
I love Morph.
The chorus.
I love the chorus. Some bits of it I don't like as much.
Like the do-do-do-do-do thing.
Favourite song from that album, The Hype. It's a great one.
Neon Gravestones.
And Neon Gravestones is good if you're feeling depressed. No, it's
your
good
parents
though.
or someone of age. Yeah, it spreads a nice message.
No, find your grandparents.
Yeah. Chlorine has like some kind of magic dust that makes you keep on going back to it.
I quite like Chlorine. My sister's favourite track is Chlorine.
It's literally got
the music video for that was good.
It's got this magic dust that makes you want to go back and back to it.
Or is it Chlorine? Dun dun dun. Dun.
Yeah. And I also think what else is good? Jumpsuit is the opening riff.
Chlorine. Me when I'm swimming and the water goes in your mouth.
Sipping on straight chlorine. And opening the song, you've got the kick-ass riff that is Jumpsuit.
Oh, good riff.
Yeah. In third place.
That was the first song they actually wrote for that album because apparently like after a concert, they just like were Tyler was just like playing that riff and he was like, "Yeah, we should do a song."
It kicks up the album and it is the masterpiece that is Jumpsuit. And
I like how Jumpsuit the ending straight leads into Levitate, which is the next song because they have the ending of Jumpsuit's the same melody as the beginning of Levitate.
Album number 3 is their self-titled.
Yeah, you put that above Vessel.
Yeah. So self-titled, I think will. It almost sounds a bit like My Chemical Romance. In their softer songs. So. What was the song Fall Away? I love Fall Away. That's got that same magic dust that Chlorine has.
That's my favourite song.
That has that same magic dust of Chlorine.
Mm-hmm.
So
and there was also, what did I play? I played you the first song, which is Implicit Demand for Proof.
Yeah, which is pretty good.
It's got like a bit of kind of more classical.
It is them.
And then
it is them still learning to make music, but it is good.
Yeah, it was 21 Pilots' first album. There was also a solo album that Tyler Joseph did.
But we're not including that.
No, we're not including
that. Will be last.
Because the audio on it is awful because he recorded
Fast food, greasy.
That's one song from it, but also he recorded it in his parents' basement on like the built-in microphone on his laptop.
So there's Taco Bell Saga, which is all fun, and then the rest of it is him being suicidal and cutting wrists and all that. And yeah.
Oh yeah, that one. Oh yeah, fun, no pun intended.
But as I was saying, I think it's a very high quality album.
Yeah, it's good for a first album.
Yeah, brilliant, and I would go back to that Fall Away song.
I do.
It's got that magic
I
dust
just
to
listened
it.
to that song.
So, yeah, it's a pretty good album, and it's as I said, so My Chemical Romance, if you listen to the Black Parade, so they have really heavy choruses, but the verses are a bit more calm, sort of, but in a sinister way. And I think 21 Pilots' new album, the first album, had the sinister calm bit, and I think it's pretty good. And then fourth place, of course, for me is Vessel. It's not a bad album by a long stretch. It's just the songs with the least notable tracks. Car Crash Radio, what's the song?
Car Radio.
Car Radio is a good song, but just not as memorable as all the others. I guess that's what it was. So, and what's your rank?
So my one's really hard because I'm torn between Vessel and Blurryface.
What's number 1 first?
See, I like both of... Okay, number 1's Trench. Love Trench. I love all the songs on it. I love both Vessel and Blurryface, so I'm going to do a joint second on those.
And your least favourites? Yeah.
Least favourite is... least favourite seems, like, harsh. Like, my last
That's
one...
how I felt with
My
Vessel.
last one is self-titled, but I like a lot of the songs on that.
That's what I thought it would be.
My only complaint with that song, with that album, is if you're
Same.
kind of absent-mindedly listening to it.
It's
Like I was in the car once and I had that song on, had that album on my phone, and
just felt like a song.
like it felt like I was listening to like a half an hour long song,
And
singular song, because if you're in that kind of like
same with me.
kind of slightly subconsciously listening to it, but at the same time not really concentrating, it's almost, you can barely tell some difference between some of the tracks. They're very similar.
Same with me for Blurry Face. I just
Really? There's
no,
a
not
lot of
Blurry
very
Face.
different things on Blurry Face.
No, Vessel is what I meant.
Yeah.
So same with me. I don't really feel like it's my least favourite. It's just my
It's their most like rap like album.
It's
Like there's a lot of
It's
rap.
my least favourite album, but that sounds harsh. So are we done with that? Or
Yeah, we're done with our ranking list.
Final
That was
bit?
very random.
is one
Wait,
word,
did we have anything else?
one word pitch.
Yeah, no, we'll end on one word pitch because we haven't got anything else. So, one word pitch,
You gonna
boy.
pitch me?
Yeah, go on then.
No, you pitch me.
Yeah.
Think of something.
Oh, you want me to give you the word? Oh. Right. So last week we did keyhole and light bulb. You
No,
had
not
light
keyhole.
bulb, and no,
Door and light bulb.
I had door. Basically what we do is we look around the room and choose something. Okay, Tom, Mr. Tom,
Yeah.
your word is pen. 15 seconds starting from now.
That's a weird.
Shut
thing.
up, phone.
That's a weird thing. I've had a weird thing, but I think this is what I'm gonna do. It's almost like Geometry Dash.
You love doing the mobile games. Go on then.
They're just it.
Okay, it better not be exactly like Geometry Dash, because
No.
last week you're like, so I got an idea and it's almost like Jetpack Joyride, but not really like Jetpack Joyride. And you proceeded to describe to me Jetpack Joyride with a few other features.
So, for me, it's basically you have a pen, yeah.
Yeah.
I have an apple. I have a pen.
Oh god.
So what you do is you have a pen, sort of a virtual pen, and let's say the screen is your paper, and you've got this background, and in the background there are sort of spikes and objects, and some of them are moving depending on how high the level is, and you have to glide your pen around these objects, and if you get hit, and if you don't, you have to start the level again.
That's not actually that much like Geometry Dash, so I like it.
Yeah,
It's clever.
the harder levels there'll be moving objects, but in the first levels it will just
And
be...
is the pen like slightly hard to control?
So I guess it kind of is because the background's moving as well. So it's like a treadmill kind of.
Okay.
So because
Sounds pretty good.
so I'm gonna have to pitch you.
Go on then, Tom.
Lava lamp.
He says, looking at my desk. Okay. Go on then, start my time.
And the time starts in the 1, and 2, and 3.
Okay, I think I got it.
With 9 seconds to spare.
Wow. So, this is like... So, in this game, you're a bubble inside a lot... Oh, shush.
Put it on silent.
My phone on silent.
You're gonna need to edit this out.
Yeah, so... You're a bubble in a lava lamp. And, basically, your objective is to get to the top. But you've also got to increase in size. It's a very simple
Without
game.
it
This is a
popping.
phone game.
Without it popping, or?
I mean, they don't really pop, but you've got to, like, basically try and absorb as many of the other bubbles so you can grow in size. It's almost like an IO game. Like a .io game.
Oh!
So it's called lava.io.
Lava.io.
Yeah, it's a IO game. So it's like a giant lava lamp. And it's like...
And you have to.
It's like rip off Agario, okay, guys? It's rip off Agario, but it's also a race.
But
Like,
you
it's
said
not
no
just like
ripples.
everyone tries to swallow everyone and then the game ends. It's like, it's lasts until you're the first person to get to the top of the lamp. But also, the bigger you are when you get to the top, the more points you get. So if you get to the top as a tiny bubble, you're only going to get like 10 points. But if you get to the top as like a massive bubble, you'll get like 1,000 points. So, yeah, that's my pitch for the game. Very simple games this week, but I like them both.
High quality, as Massey would like to say.
High quality. I think we're done for this week. Oh, actually, no. I want to say one more thing. I just looked on Instagram, and I am hyped. Season 4 of Rick and Morty has just been announced.
I've never watched it, so
Okay. It's been announced for November this year. Oh my god.
Speaking of movies,
Rick and Morty, my favourite show ever, possibly.
Speaking of movies,
I
and TV,
can't wait for season 4.
Speaking of movies and TV in November 2019, guess what?
What?
Kingsman #3 is coming out.
I haven't seen the first two.
Kingsman #1 is oh my god good. Kingsman #2 I haven't seen yet, but we really want to.
I remember when the trailer came out for it.
It's good. And
I remember
Get
when
past
it was
the
in
constant-
cinemas. And
get past the constant swearing and it's good.
I saw the trailer for the second Kingsman.
I haven't seen the second one.
The second one's called The Golden Circle, right? Or is that the first
Yeah,
one?
that's the second one, I think.
Anyway, Rick and Morty season 4. I'm hyped. Yes. Thank you everybody for listening to the pilot episode of Crunch. Basically, the Let There Be Games podcast with a different name and some films thrown in.
Some music.
Yeah, we've got nothing else to talk about, so we're gonna end the episode here. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it,
We're gonna finish this with our final.
That's cool.
End, Let There Be Games. We're gonna finish it with the final and Let There Be Games.
Yeah.
So for the last time.
We need a new outro now. We should do like keep crunching.
No. So we need
How
to.
about munch, crunch. Just the Michael Rosen meme.
So I think we should do Let There Be Games for one more week and then we think of.
Thank you for listening to your weekly slice of crunch.
Yeah.
Slice?
Yeah, but I think we should possibly do maybe weekly mouthful. But this week we'll do Let There Be
Yeah.
Games.
So, yeah, anyway, thank you so much for listening to episode 20. I'm doing parentheses.
Air quotes.
Air quotes. Episode 20 of Crunch. Technically the pilot episode. We hope you enjoyed. We will see you next week. If you're on YouTube for the last time, please do leave a like. Unless you didn't like it, then leave a dislike. We're not going to complain.
And also for the last time.
Yeah, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. Let There Be Games. You'll find me. I mean, I could say my Twitter handle, but just search Let There Be Games. You'll find me. All one word. Thank you for listening. Oh, YouTube, Let There Be Games. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next week. And for the final time, Let There Be Games.